on me. Promise that you never be lonely.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Blue, the gardener. And what I want to talk to y'all about today is making sure you have enough food. Now, I know a lot of y'all first-time gardeners, you might pick up a pack of seeds and you might say, well, I ain't going to plant all these seeds. You might have 30 or more seeds in there. But let me tell you something. Plant every seed that you got in that pack. And if not every seed in that pack, go back and get you some more seeds and plant you 2 or 3 packs. Don't just plant enough food, or just don't plant enough seeds that you think gonna sustain you. Because trust me, you're gonna take losses. And that's what it's all about. Account for your losses. You could plant 5 squash plants and it might be enough to get you, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 bags, to large bags, Ziploc bags in your freezer. But then, like me, I have to, I plant enough so I can give away to family members and friends. But what I'm telling you is, my first year gardening, I didn't plant enough. And I know it's a lot of y'all out there that's watching a lot of garden channels and you getting advice. But what I notice on most of these channels is they don't tell you that you need to plant more than enough. Just don't plant what you think is going to be considered enough. Me myself, I plant more than enough. That way, if I got overflow, I know I got enough to get me into the next grow season. And that's what it's all about. If you're going to become a gardener, you got to take responsibility for your food. And that's the purpose of you becoming a gardener. You just don't become a gardener just to say, oh, well, I did a garden last year and it did good. If that's all you're doing it for, then you're just doing it to be seen. But if you're doing it to sustain yourself, then this is what you need to be doing. When you buy that 1 pack of seeds, you make sure you plant all them seeds. Because trust and believe, given the conditions or the soil or how you prep your garden or got it ready, you might not get a lot of them seeds to come up. And then you'll be sitting there with 15 seeds that you put in there thinking that was enough, and only 5 came up. Now you're behind because the rain season gonna come. You're gonna have cloudy days when stuff don't come up, and you're gonna be in trouble because you ain't gonna have enough. Then you'll be rushing to try to put more seeds in the ground, and then the season will get late and the frost will come, and then you'll be in trouble. So what I'm telling y'all is, don't just put seeds in the ground expecting to get 15 to 20 plants, because it's not going to happen like that. What you need to be doing is buying double. Buy, just say for instance with the okra, you get a whole thing of okra, you might get about 60 seeds. You better plant every last one of them seeds. And then what you need to do, you need to go get some more. And as you see them start to come up, you put another 60 in the ground. That's 120 plants. That 120 plants, you might get 90 of them to come up. Or you might get all of them to come up. But you're going to have some weak plants, and you're going to have some plants that ain't going to grow as fast as the others. So, plant more food than what you expect to. Because right now, and this time that we in, you're going to have more. I just went to the store yesterday. It was a local food line. And they are starting to tell you that you can't get nothing but 1 pack of each kind of meat. Like I went in there, I picked up like some Polish, the turkey sausages, because I don't eat pork. And I had like 2 packs, and they told me I had to put 1 back. But here's the kicker. I picked up some of the beef Polish sausages, and it's like they didn't say I had to put that back. But I guess you can't get two of the same kind. So they starting that in North Carolina, y'all. So be prepared for that. And it's gonna get worse than that. It's gonna get to a point where you're only gonna be able to pick up one pack of meat, period. One can good. And when they get to that point, you'll be looking outside if you're a gardener and say, yeah, I'm glad I planted more than what I needed. And in these days and times, if you thinking you planted too much, you ain't planted enough. That's the golden rule. If you think you planted too much, you ain't planted enough. When I started gardening in 2017, I came outside after we moved here, after our house was built. I said, man, I'm gonna start me a garden, because I seen things how they were. And I got 5 kids, a wife, and myself. That's 7 souls. And I said to myself, this grocery bill could be cut down in half if I planted most of the vegetables that we eat. So that's what I did. At my first year, my garden was, it wasn't that big. It was probably like a 20 by 30. And I told myself, this is enough food. But you know what ended up happening? It wasn't enough. Because when you get mother-in-law come over, and then your friends come over, and they say, oh, that's so pretty. They got some pretty stuff. And you can't tell mom no, and you can't tell mother-in-law no. And then they get the ideas and say, well, do you plant this certain type of okra? And you're like, whoa, man, hey, I did this for, to get me through. But then I realized I had to do it to get everybody through. So that's what I want to tell y'all today, man. Don't just plant food and say these 30 or 60 seeds is enough. If you pick up one pack of collard seeds, you better get 2 more packs. If you pick up one pack of squash or a zucchini, you need to pick up 2 more packs. Peppers, the same way. Some generate at a different rate or germinate at a different rate. Corn is a pretty good product. Most times you just pop corn in the ground, making sure you got the soil amended right, and corn will come up. I'll show y'all my garden in a second. This come from just a month of leaving these seeds in the ground. This is what they're looking like, and I'll go row by row and show y'all what I got going on. So this is what I mean, y'all, when I say you need to plant more than what you got. This right here is pinto beans, and these are the actual pinto beans, the dry beans from the store in the big bag. You can get these in a big bag, from the store. And I'm talking about it's hundreds of pinto beans in there dry. And as y'all can see, this is my pinto bean bed, and I got one that's outside the bed, so I'm not gonna bother that. But what I'm doing now, y'all, is I'm gonna let these come up. I'm gonna let them come up. I'm gonna put my trellis up so they can climb, and then I'm gonna come back on this side right here and on that side over there and reline it with more beans. That way I have a whole cage full of pinto beans. All right, I got all my beans in one row. Now, what I was telling y'all earlier about not planting enough, well, these right here are lima beans. As you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 plants, and as you see the rest of the row, nothing then came up. So I got to resow this whole row. That's what I'm telling you. When you put food in the ground, make sure you do enough. Now this is my string beans, y'all. See how lush they are? and how close they are together. I'm gonna go in there and see right here, this little plant. I don't know if y'all can see it. See how that ain't really came up much, but see how the ones around it have? That's what I'm telling you. Some seeds you put in the ground don't come up like others. And I got a whole row of screen beans. They go from right there all the way down to the end of there. And I'm gonna do the same thing I said I was gonna do with the pinto bean. I get them going straight down the middle, and then I get the tiller back out. I till a little bit of dirt up on this side, and I put some on that side and that side. I mend them with a 10-10-10. I just let them take off. This is my garden, my walkway. See how big my walkway is? It's big enough that I can go back in here and add. I can add more rows if I needed to, or just use this dirt to what I call side dress. You can side dress it with the dirt from your row. Always keep that in mind. Now, if y'all can see this is my corn row. Now, I got more corn in the house. It's been germinated inside of a 72 pod cell. But you see how I got this started as a seed? Now, look all the way down. You see small pieces coming up, but look all the way down at the end. You know, you got these small pieces right here that's coming up. I had to come in here and get some of this grass out. Yesterday I actually came out here and I cleaned up the rows. Came through here and got the weeds out and side dressed it with some more dirt. But as y'all can see right here, look at these rows of corn. Hit them with some 10-10-10. We got a good rain come through. And I'm gonna do the same thing with these, y'all. See how my row is wide? See, this row right here got to be filled in with corn. I'm gonna go one on each side, all the way down. So that ensures that I got more than enough. These right here, my potatoes. If y'all can see this, these potato plants, believe it or not, this is the story behind these potato plants. These plants right here that y'all see, these ones were baby plants that came up from last year. I think either the potato had to go to seed and drop some seeds, and I was over there doing my squash rows, and I looked down, I said, man, them like potato leaves. And when I dug my finger around it, sure enough, it was a little potato sticking at the end. And I put these over here, I want to say a week ago. Now look how big these things they got. They were teeny tiny, y'all. When I say teeny tiny, they were like maybe that size to that size. And I do the same thing with the potatoes too. You look all the way down that road, that's potatoes. And then right here, I got them actually dug. I got like maybe a 2-foot hole dug in the ground. And I got big potatoes down at the bottom. And you can see that all the way down. I got my herb right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there, that's basil and chives. And on the other side there, there's peppers going all the way down. And I got this row right here that I gotta put onions in. So I really ain't finished. But this is about a month's worth of growth on these plants. You know, I got kind of started early because it was still cold here in North Carolina. I'm in zone 8A, and it was pretty cold here. Well, still a little cold outside. This right here is my tomato cage, my hoop house. Now, if you're getting started with tomatoes, everybody, let me tell you something. You're gonna want to have to build you something like this, because birds in my area and birds everywhere will eat your tomatoes. This is a true story. 2 years ago, I had beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, I mean pretty tomatoes just growing up. Man, this very spot right here. but I ain't had this hoop house. And every time I came to get them, the birds beat me to them. And I said, you know what? Next time I grow some big, nice, lush tomatoes, them birds ain't gonna get to them. But right here, these are my tomatoes. And see, I got some of them caged up already. I got tomatoes over there on that side. Those are cherry tomatoes, the tall ones in the back. And in that middle row right there, that first one is a beefsteak tomato. And those right there behind it, those are Roma tomatoes. I grew them in the house. I got my cucumbers in this same patch. I don't know if y'all can see them right there, cucumbers. And they going all the way down there. But you see how most of them came up? I probably put close to 20 seeds in there. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants. So you see how I say you need to put more than what you need to plant more than what you think you need. And that's my thing. Plant more than what you think you need, y'all. Let's go over here to my okra. I got a whole row of okra. As you can see right here, these are the okra plants. And I'm gonna do them just like the beans. I let them come up on one side, and then right there you can see in the middle, those are the little plants, and these are the bigger plants. And then I go ahead and thin them out, and then I let them grow side by side. And you talking about from here all the way down to there, okra side by side. And then you see how I keep dirt pushed up on the side so I can side dress them. And this, like I say, the same here. I got a wide row. From that side to that side, I come through and till the dirt up. So whenever I throw fertilizer down, I can just till it on top of that. Another good fertilizer, y'all, for your garden, and it's your best friend, is fish emulsions. It's mostly nitrogen. When you get it to your plants after they get established, I put mine in the water feeder. Y'all see my water feeder right there? That's a Miracle-Gro water feeder. I put something in there, maybe an ounce or two, and you can feed your whole garden. My garden is roughly a 40 by 50, and I'm still tilling up parts of it. All the way over there, that's the strawberries. I got a row of cilantro with salad, butter crunch salad sewed in. Then I got a fruit collar started, and I got some cabbages, and then I got another row of salad right there. So just pray that they don't bolt on me. I mean, I've been doing it like this for 3 years now, and they pretty much they do what they need to do. So, you know, just keep your leafy greens like lettuce, salad, collards, keep that stuff watered. Strawberries, you know, the acidity has to be right in the soil. I mostly just till up the dirt, and then I throw peat moss, and I put compost starter in there, like I don't know the name of the brand I use, but it's some type of organic brand. And I throw it in there and till it up, and then I come back and I side dress it with a soil acidifier. Let me show y'all my strawberries, and now I come back down to other aisles. Alright, y'all. These are the strawberry plants. Now, I bought my plants from Lowe's. I tried growing strawberries from seed, and it take too long. So don't be ashamed if you have to buy stuff like strawberries. But as you can see right here, I got some runners starting to start. You see how lush these are and green and shiny? And I got strawberries going all the way down. You see, when they start to set their runners, they start to connect to each other, and then, you know, you start to get your flowers come on, and before you know it, you got strawberries everywhere. So that's my strawberries, y'all. And like I said, don't be ashamed if you have to buy stuff like that. You know, I can grow stuff from seed, but strawberries take too long. But this right here is my zucchini row. Need to come in and clean it up some. You can see all the way down, all the way to the end down there, zucchini plants. And beside that is my squash row. It's summertime squash, and I think these are dark green zucchini. And as you can go all the way down, you can see two of my plants that I got started early already got zucchini on it. I meant squash on it. Squash and zucchini, the same thing. Well, texture-wise, zucchini is a little more tender, and squash is just watery. But this is one of my zucchini plants I got started early. It's a summertime squash, and this is the other one, and this is the rest of it. Just going all the way down. How long have I been shooting? It's 13 minutes. Alright, y'all, let me I'll go around and show y'all my fruit trees. And I guess I need to start from the front to the back. So let's get to it. We're gonna start from the front and go to the back and come back around, and then I'll continue to talk to y'all about growing enough. Because if you grow enough, you'll have more than what you need, or you'll have something to give away, or you'll have enough to get you to the next grow season. That's what it's all about. All right, here, y'all. This is a Washington navel orange tree. I got it in, I think, right at the end of 2018. So it's almost 2 years old. I didn't prune it, and every time oranges grow on it, I take them off. I just want it to grow. And let's see. I just got this tree. It's a pink lemonade tree. I just got it from Lowe's like almost 2 weeks ago. And y'all can see how it looks. The way I plant my citrus trees is I put my foot, this is how I plant all my trees, y'all. I take my foot and I go to the edge of my foot, and then I go all the way around, and I keep the shovel or the little digging hoe right at the back of my foot, and I go all the way around. I make a hole, and it's a foot all the way around from the plant, the center of the plant. Then with citrus, you want a citric soil, so I take soil acidifier, I take compost with manure in it, the organic kind, and then I take peat moss. They got the big bags of peat moss. I don't know the name of it, but it come in a big bag at Lowe's, and it's white with green labeling on it. And I mix all that together. Then I backfill that into the hole. And then I go and get my plant, and I set it in the center, and then I just fill the mixture around it that I mixed up, set it in the ground, and let it go. If you got citrus plants that love a acidic soil, you know, you can go down to 5.5. And you know, with any tree, whenever it starts to flower, make sure you give it plenty of phosphorus. I know some people might not tell y'all these things, but you know, on my channel, I want you to know what you're in for if you're gonna start gardening. Just don't think it's gonna be a breeze in the park, because it ain't gonna be. You know. But that's a pink lemonade tree, and that's how I do all the trees. This right here is a Kalamazoo orange. This is a tree. I got a bush version down there. And this is the same as the Washington Navel Orange. It's going on about 2 years now. When I got it, these things were probably, I want to say they were less than a foot tall. They were like little branches when I got these things. I'm trying to find one to show you. It's about something like this. You see this branch right here? It's probably about 6 inches, 8 inches long. But when I got these 2 years ago, that's how big they were. And then they grew about a foot, foot and a half, and they start trying to put on fruit. And I kept knocking the fruit off. So this is a Colomandan orange, and I got a bush version. That's right here. I try to make videos long. I meant short, but sometimes they end up being long. This is a Colomandan too. I bought it from Lowe's last year, and it started putting on fruit. And as you can see, these little white specks is buds. And believe it or not, this whole tree was dead. It was looking like this over the winter. All the leaves fell off. I had it in a shady location, and it was on the north side of my house. But as you can see on the north side of my house, it still gets sun during the daytime, because the sun right now is hitting me from the east, and all around here just open. So you know, it's just open all around here. It ain't nothing restricting any trees or anything, except for right down the north side of my property. And right there's a creek that runs through, and on the other side we got some land that we got to really go over there and just knock back some of the brush and trees. But as you can see, man, this thing has a bud on it right here. It's got some right there, right there. And look at all these little ones back here. Little buds. I don't know about these flies. Them flies get on there and they just die for some reason. It's like this tree lethal to them. But this thing got buds on it. Did the same thing last year. The branches is pretty stable, so I'll see what it'll do. I knocked all of them off last year. I wanted to just focus on growth, but it came back. Now the next, well, not the next tree, but I'm about to show y'all this kumquat tree. Then I'm gonna show y'all the next tree, a Ponderosa lemon tree. I'm gonna show y'all that I cut that thing back and what happened to it in 2 weeks. All right, this is a Lakeland Loquat. Yeah, it's a Lakeland Loquat tree. As you can see, it got some fruit on it. It says it's supposed to get 10 to 20 feet high and 10 to 20 feet wide. So I got all these. That's another thing, y'all. When you put your trees in the ground, make sure you leave ample spacing. If it say 10 to 20 feet, you probably want to space your trees out at least 30 feet. Just to give them that extra 10 feet of pruning space, to where just in case you need to stick some bushes in between them or something, if you want to jazz up your landscape. That used to be the thing, but now don't even worry about doing stuff like that. Just make sure you got ample space to put your trees in the ground. And another thing, y'all, if you can, buy your fruit trees 4 and 5 feet tall, because my mistake was I bought my trees when they were young and they was bearing fruit, but they weren't big enough to hold the fruit. You know, you got the possibility of losing branches, and you know, you don't want to stress a little tree out. So this is the Lakeland Loquat. It's got some little loquats on it. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. It'll probably drop half of these fruits, but we'll see. Now the next tree is a Ponderosa lemon tree, and I'm gonna tell you the story behind it before we go over there. Okay. Over the winter, this tree got woody. And it was a tall tree. It probably was it got at least 3 feet tall. And it got woody all the way down, even the branches. But at the very bottom of it, it had less than a half of an inch of a branch sticking out the side on both sides. I put it in the ground 2 weeks ago. Now look what happened. 2 weeks ago. Look at this. From 2 weeks ago, y'all. Move this leaf out the way. See right there where I cut it at? I cut it all the way down to this stump. And branches was at the bottom, less than about a half of an inch. And now look at this thing. It's then put on all these big, lush leaves. And like I said, I backfill mines with soil acidifier, compost, and peat moss. That's all I do. Put them in the ground. This is my start of my grapevine. And all these, they doing good. As you see, got the leaders running out the back, and they climbing up this. And what I'm gonna do, y'all, those are the little T stakes. When they get up high enough, I'm gonna come across the top, and almost like I want to do it like the hoop house over there, and just bend fence across the top to the other side, go out about 12 feet, and just let it climb so they can hang down. But that's the start of my grapevine. This is my first year ever trying this, so we're gonna see how it's gonna go. Back here I have a Eureka lemon tree. Like I say, the mixture always the same. Soil acidifier, compost, and then I put in peat moss. Mix it all up, stick the tree in the ground. Always keep you see my foot? I dig a whole circle around, and I keep doing that all the way around. A foot hole all the way around. That ensures that you get water drainage, and you get the water going into the ground like it's supposed to. It'll dry up like it's supposed to, so you don't got wet roots and get root rot. This right here is my Brightwell blueberry bush. I got several of those. I got 1, 2, 3. And in between, what I just found out last night, I tried for the first time, is raspberries. But I didn't know these things produce runners. So we're gonna see how that go. I'll do the blueberries the same as the blueberries, all my fruit trees, except for the apple. I don't acidify the soil on them. Anything that's citrusy, like a berry or an orange or a lemon or a lime, I acidify the soil. Blueberries, I acidify the soil. And raspberries. Well, I found out last night raspberries, they produce runners, so we're gonna see how that's gonna work out. This is my other blueberry tree. My spacing in between these trees is about 6 feet, because they're supposed to get 6 feet wide, and I think, let's see. No, they get 5 feet wide and 8 feet high. Spacing 4 to 5 feet, so I got mine spaced 6 feet. Okay, I got a raspberry bush right here. I got another Brightwell blueberry bush right here. Oh, it had blueberries on it. I didn't harvest most of them things. I got another raspberry bush, and I got a pink lemonade blueberry bush. And to round it off, I just pulled this little piece of stick from beside the house. It was over there with the Ponderosa lemon. And as y'all can see, it's got sticks, but look here. It's starting to produce buds. And then you look right down here, it's got leaves coming back on. So you know what I done? I took it from beside the house where it was on the north side, which is right on the other side of that swing, turning that corner. That's the north side of my house. Now, y'all see the sun shining. It's behind me. as you can see, my shadow is in front of me. So east of me is the sun. And the sun travels to the south of me, which is this way, and comes back around. And my house, the front of my house, is facing the west. So location is the key point, y'all, whenever y'all putting your garden out, planting your trees. Because what I realize is, now that I have my orange trees and all my citrus trees in the backyard getting sunlight all day, it won't be until the fall before they start to put on a whole lot of blooms. And then them blooms are going to the springtime. And then by that time you have fruit. Because the sun, they won't get as much sun then. You get 12 hours of daylight, but when the sun reaches this way, which is that's south, that's west, and right behind those trees is where the sun will start to set in the fall time. So the sun won't reach this side. So this is that tree. We're gonna keep updating on this one. This is a Meyer lemon bush. I'm gonna give y'all an update. I'm gonna try to do it every 2 weeks just to see how the growth is on this thing. Today is Thursday, May the 7th. I showed y'all my garden. Here's my peach tree. Matter of fact, I just got this tree yesterday, May the 6th. Put it in the ground. It's a early Alberta peach tree. Now, the stats on this thing is, I think it's supposed to be a monster. 20 to 30 feet high, 20 to 30 feet wide. So, as y'all can see, I got more than enough space for this tree to grow. And as it grows, I'll just prune it back. But it's looking happy. They got one little peach on it. I think I seen it on it yesterday. If it ain't, there we go. I don't know if y'all can see that. Got one little peach. Hope it's showing up. Let me see my finger. That's right there. There it is. Alright. We got an apple tree, y'all. This is one of several. This is a Golden Delicious apple. I just got this like a week ago. Then I got another Red Delicious apple. This is Red Delicious. And then I got, I had this tree. Now I got it in 2018. When I got it, it was about 6 feet tall. Look at it now. This is a Red Delicious apple. As you see, it's one apple right there. And I got some more blooms over here. And I think I got another apple around the other side. Alright, this for you, Laird Farmer. I'm trying that method you said to try. The Airland. Alright. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. There's some people out here working on the transformer. Said they gotta replace the fuse, so. But this is the Red Delicious tree. Look at the trunk on this thing. 2 years of growth. But like I said, I'm trying that Airland method that I seen on the Laird Farmer 73 page. But y'all know what I done though? I'm gonna try the same Airland method. I'm gonna bring y'all back and I'm gonna show y'all that, you know, the wire protectors that you put on your, you know, when you're running drop cords outside and you put the drop cord in the middle and you snap the protector around it, it's like a case. I'm going to use that to air layer with. I'm going to put that information out there so y'all can know that. So, you know, these bags might work, but I think if you stuff that little pod that you use to put the drop cords in, and you just pack that with dirt and you put that around the tree, it'll hold dirt a whole lot more. I mean, it'll be simple. It'll be like a pod, and then when you go and unsnap the pod, your roots will be inside there. They won't be sticking out to the bag and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to bring y'all along on that venture too. And like I said, Laird Farm, I'm trying your method. I just set this out here about 3 days ago. This is my Red Delicious apple tree. As y'all see, it needs a lot of pruning. So I'm gonna take a couple of branches off here, and I get them to go, y'all. You know, just hit me up if you're looking for an apple tree. You know, I got maybe, I'm gonna say I got at least 10 branches to clean up on here. I airlay them all and get them to go. There's gonna be 10 trees I give away. So that's gonna be that. Matter of fact, let's make it more interesting. For my first 1,000 subscribers, and when I get my first 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a drawing to give away the 10 trees. The first 10 people that I pick in the drawing will be the people that'll get the trees. How about that? We'll do it that way. So when I reach 1,000 subscribers, because I'm gonna need 1,000 subscribers so I can go live on my phone and update y'all live on my phone instead of pulling up my laptop. And the first 10 people that I draw live will be the people that get the trees. And this is a Red Delicious apple tree. It's a Red Delicious apple tree, y'all. So that's gonna be that. First 1,000 subscribers I get, I'll do a drawing live. The first 10 names I pick will be the people that get the tree. And that's how we're gonna do that. So I'm trying your method, Laird Farm. I'm trying that method that you said. You scrape around the node. Like right here's a node. You come to the front of it, come to the back. You pull the husk that's around the tree. I put some rooting hormone on mine. I packed it with peat moss, and I wrapped it in this bag, and I put some film that I had for my son tinting his windows on his truck. I took some of that old film. I got it inside. And under this film is a sandwich bag packed with peat moss. I cut it down the middle and folded it around. Then I use my gardening wraps that I usually wrap branches with, and that's that. So I'm gonna give y'all an update next Thursday. Well, no, I'm gonna just let it stay on here for about a month. Then I'll come and look at it. Let it stay on there about a good month. Cause I usually don't air layer. I just take a cutting, like right here. I would take that, clean up these branches right here, dip it in a rooting hormone and stick it in some soil. You come back in about 2 weeks and it'll have roots. So that's what we're gonna do, y'all. First 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a drawing live. First 10 names I pick, I give y'all the 10 trees. But that's it, y'all. Oh, I got one more apple tree up there. I can zoom in on that one. I gotta take y'all to every tree. But you see that stick right there? That's a wine sap apple. It's got apples on it, but not enough. But as y'all can see, I got 4 apple trees, a peach tree, several citrus trees, and of course, my garden that I'm steady expanding because I don't think it's big enough. It might end up being a 80 by 80 by the time I'm done with it. Because these times, y'all, these are the times you need to grow more food. So that's pretty much the video. Grow more food than what you think you need. And it's J Blue the Gardener, and I'll see y'all next time.